So we all know the struggle is real for a lot of black women when it comes to, getting the men that they want to marry them, right? It's so bad that, you got a lot of, black women asking white women how to get the job done, right? Like in this video, we have a black woman who is asking for the advice of white women, how they're able to get the men that they want to marry them. Okay, so let's hear what she has to say, and then I'll share my thoughts.
This message is for my white women, my snow bunnies. What are y'all doing to get these men to marry y'all? And y'all getting these millionaires, and then y'all suing them and becoming multi-millionaires.
All right off the bat, right? Is it just me, or the way she framed that question is she's trying to find a wealthy man, to get to marry her, and then divorce him, and then she could take his money, become a multi-millionaire. Right there, I don't know if I heard that wrong, but that's what it sounds like to me, right? Already that's a red flag. Is that it seems like, because you could have just came out the premise all right, how do I find a man that you could be a wife to, right? You can raise a family with, right? They could be that person, right, to build with. Right off the bat, he was like, how do you find a man that's wealthy, and then you divorce them, and then you then become a multi-millionaire? Right off the bat, it doesn't, I don't see her as being serious about wanting to actually be a wife to an actual man, right? So, but let's let her continue.
Help me out. I ain't no hater, I'm a congratulator. Help me. How are y'all getting these men to marry y'all? Because I don't have no kids. I'm fit. I'm cute as a button. I'm submissive. I cooperate. I'm not mouthy. I'm supportive. I'm not the type of woman that, you got to take me to the 5-star restaurant. You got to make 6 figures. I'm good with 70,000. I go to the gym. I cook. I clean.
You say all these things, right? You say that you're submissive, you cook, clean, all that stuff. You know what? But it's easy for you to say that, right? I would like to hear, from the men that you've dated before, what they have to say, right? What they say about you, because it's easy to say you would do all these things that a man would want, but then if we actually talk to the men that you actually dealt with, I would be interested to see I'd be interested to hear what they have to say, because they're gonna actually give you the real deal. Because if you're doing all these things and the men that you're dealing with still aren't, making you their wife, then there's something going on there. Right, something going on there. First of all, how old are you? I see a little gray in her hair. I see a little gray in there, so she might be a little older. That could hurt, right? And then she talking about she's good with a man that's making 70,000, all that. But at the beginning, she was talking about how you find a multi-millionaire and then divorce them and become a multi-millionaire yourself. So a little inconsistency there. So, but look at she says she do all these things, but still no one's married you. That there's something going on there. But let's let her continue.
I let them touch my nasty parts. What are y'all doing? Y'all need a class to help me. I'm not afraid to say I need some help with white women. I'm not afraid to say. What are y'all doing? Because y'all getting these men to marry y'all, and y'all are being married. Y'all don't got that many baby daddies. Okay, cool. Help me. DM me. DM me, fellas. DM me and let me know what else can I do to find my husband. Because, I don't know what else that I can do. I make him lunch. What? I cook 4 times a week. I give up my nasty parts. I wear lingerie. I don't have a problem with getting them. I'm just having a problem with them not wanting to get married. Can y'all white snow bunnies help me out?
First of all, nobody care about your nasty parts. All these females got nasty parts. Your nasty parts ain't special, right? Your nasty parts ain't special. And act like a lady. You shouldn't be out here talking about your nasty parts, right? That might be hurting you as well. And like I said, she also, I don't know why she's asking the white women. You need to be asking men, right? Men can tell you exactly what. Actually, men have been telling you what they want, what they're looking for, but a lot of y'all don't want to listen, right? You got the internet, right? You hear a whole bunch of men, right, talking about what they want, what they're looking for in a wife, what they want in a woman. They tell you it's not much. It's very simple, right? Just listen to what they want. But for a lot of women, they don't care. They don't want to listen, right? So the information is there. You just gotta listen and follow through. But a lot of women don't want to do that, right? And it's crazy too, because like I said, I don't know how old she is. Like I said, I see a little gray hair, and I'll be honest with something. I went to her page, right? I went to her little profile page on TikTok, and I saw some interesting stuff, right? So let me go to her page real quick, and y'all could see for yourself. This is all right. So this is the video we just I'm reacting to right now, and then you see all the other pictures. Now I don't know if it's just me, but that don't look like her. Like all these other pictures don't look like her. She's a lot lighter in here. Not to say there's anything wrong. She's dark. She's more darker skinned if you look at the other photos, but it doesn't look like her. It doesn't. It looks like a totally different person. All right. So that might be. I mean, that might be a little bit. And I also checked out some of her videos, and I listened to her, talk about some of the things. And to me personally, like, she doesn't sound like a wife material. Like, she doesn't sound like a serious person. That's just me. Like, I went to some of her videos, just listened to her talk and see what she was talking about. And me personally, it was just like, yeah, nah, you don't sound like a wife. You don't sound like a person that would make my wife, right? You don't sound serious. Okay. So I'm sure if you really got to know her, the things that make her not come out so wifey would show up, right? You would figure it out very quickly, right? And that's probably what it is, right? Because if you, like, when you especially for a lot of guys, like, they're dealing with these white women, right? You hear everyone talks about it all the time. Like, a lot of these white women are they're very submissive, right? They're soft, like, they know how to act feminine, right? And not to say that they don't have their issues, right? Because if you see like white guys in the internet space, they'll tell you all the negative things that are going on with white women as well. However, there's more white women in this country, so you have a higher probability of finding one that would be more wifey material, right? As opposed to black women, there's not that many black women out there that maybe qualify as a wife. So I think you have a better chance of finding someone, especially in white women that might that are softer. They're obviously more feminine. They're cooking clean for you, and they won't talk back. Not to say at the end of the day you get married to them, they're still gonna divorce you and take half your stuff, right? That's not to say that happens with any race, but I think if you're looking to get married, you have a better chance of finding probably a white woman that's going to give you that chance of building a family and growing something together, as opposed to a lot of these black women. But but the thing is like, no one knows like what she might be doing wrong, right? We haven't heard from any of her exes, and more than likely she says she's submissive, she does all these things, and she's probably not all these things, right? And the thing is, how old is she? That's another question. How old is she? Because that's also a factor, right? And these are things that you gotta question, right? You gotta question. Like, who are you as a person? Who are you as an individual? How do you act? Are you somebody that's gonna let the man lead, right? You saying all these things, it's like, okay, cool, but all these men that you've been with have said, you know what? They never said, I'm gonna make you my wife. That's a red flag right there. All right. So those are my thoughts. Interested to hear your thoughts. Make sure you leave a comment down below, hit the like button, and share. And if you haven't done so already, make sure to subscribe. All right, so guys, take care. Have a good one. Later.